Jackie joins us now to tell us more. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. First off, congratulations on placing second.
Thank you.
What was the Shaw Classic like?
It was 3 days of really heavy weights being lifted. It started on Friday at 8 a.m. We started on the floor. There was three events, Friday morning, and then that was the prelims for top 10. And then on day 2 and day 3, there were 2 other events as well. So 2 on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday. It was full. It was chaos, but it was very organized chaos. At this point, it's pretty well run. So it was like clockwork, just knowing when to warm up, when to be in line to get out to the floor, all that stuff. It was nothing I haven't done in the past, but at the same time, you get nerves every single time. So yeah.
For sure. And I mean, it's probably just having a smoothly run competition probably just takes a little bit of anxiety off and pressure off heading in.
Yeah, unless you're, a male athlete who needs to get herded like a calf. The women were far more self-organized.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, you're right. It does. It takes a lot of the pressure off because you don't have to wonder where you have to be or anything. The volunteers are just so on top of things and they know exactly what's going on. So all the volunteers were really well informed. So if you had any questions, it was super smooth.
Amazing. What does this placement mean for you earning a spot at other competitions?
So this not necessarily qualifies me for anything. If anything, it's more exposure. But I guess the biggest part of this competition is there were multiple athletes in the open class that have competed at the Arnold Pro, Strongwoman, and then as well as the Rogue Invitational. So wow. I beat 1 or 2 of them, and one of the pro athlete women from the Arnold, she placed first. So to come 4 points behind her and beat a few other pro Arnold athletes is pretty significant. So if anything, this is just more a test to see where you stack with any international or bigger names that come to the show. So I am really proud of it just because there were athletes that do attend these big, higher paying shows that I'm trying to get my foot into. So it doesn't have a qualification. It doesn't really mean anything other than a big global nod of approval that you can hang with these girls.
How do you get into those bigger competitions?
So right now, the Rogue in the company Rogue, they have a point system for the Invitational. And so for the women, there's really only 3 places you can get points in order to qualify for the Rogue Invitational. The Arnold Pro is invite only. So who they deem and who they want, which is a really big social media presence is what they're looking for, really, who can bolster their company, etc. But for the Rogue Invitational, which takes place the first weekend of October, November, we can only get points at the Arnold Pro, which you need an invite, the Rogue Invitational, which you need points to qualify, and if you're not top 10, you don't get an invite, and then Worlds. So this trophy here, this guy is when I placed second at Worlds. So right now I'm ranked 11th with Rogue, and a lot of us open women were hoping that the Shaw Classic would also have points to go towards that, but we haven't heard anything on that yet. So
okay, so you're on track though.
Yes.
To get there. Take us back, Jackie. How did you discover Strongwoman?
I had graduated university. I was all done. I had played Frisbee for the U of S women's team. And I was just looking to be competitive still because I was still wanting to get out and do stuff. I was still young. I was 23. So I was still wanting to be athletic, competitive, all of this stuff. My team was come and gone. With City League for Ultimate Frisbee, it was kind of tough to get onto the A roster, I guess, because I wasn't as fast as some of the Bunny Thugs at the time and probably way slower now. But I was into CrossFit, which I was using as a mode of training for Ultimate Frisbee. And I stepped foot in a gym that offered strongman. And when I went for a job interview, because they were looking for a CrossFit coach, he said no to the job just because I wasn't a part of the community, which in a lot of CrossFit gyms, that's totally fair. Like they really like to hire from within. So he invited me to come try it out for a little bit and then see if I like the gym in general, which I did. But that's also where I met my strongman coach and my strongman community for the very first time. So after I pulled the truck, I pretty much gave him my credit card and told him to charge me every month.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, for some of us, like myself, who don't know exactly what goes on at a strongman competition, what are some of the tasks you have to do?
So that is a lovely question because I'll tell you all of my favorite things.
Okay.
So there's truck pulling. And then they're like with a harness on your back and you're pulling it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be seated and you could be pulling a truck towards you, which I'm good at both. I love doing both of those things. Actually, in Lemberg 2 weekends ago, they had a Lemberg Family Fun Day. And the town organizer contacted a strongman guy who brought me out for a historical anvil lift. So there was an anvil that weighs 321 pounds that no woman has ever touched, and I walked 150 feet with it.
Wow.
So stuff like that. There's a big frame that I walked 650 feet with. And then at the competition, it was a 525-pound frame for 100 feet, which I won that event. And then there's stones. At the Shaw Classic, there was 5 stones to a 50-inch platform, which is high. Traditionally, it's a 48-inch platform for women, but at North American Strongest Women last year, the platform was 56 inches, which is very tall. Mm-hmm. And there was some very short athletes there who had to put a stone to their shoulder.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a log press, which is pretty traditional. There's odd object lifting. There's a ton of things like power stairs at Strongest Man on Earth, which was adjacent to the Shaw Classic. They had a big rig front carry and into rig part power stairs, really. So it's like 20-inch stairs that they had to lift 500 plus pounds up. And I think there was like 5 steps.
Wow.
Yeah. So like a bunch of, it's heavy CrossFit. Really, really heavy CrossFit.
Man, how do you train for something like that? Like, I guess you're not just sitting outside pulling trucks all day.
You could.
Oh, really?
You could. Yeah, in Iceland, they have like a bunch of historical stones that people like to go lift. So the Husafell stone, it weighs 400 and some pounds in Iceland. And it's a historical stone because I believe it was a counterweight for a farmer back then. But it's huge. And so the object is to walk around the sheep pen with it. Yeah, so like there's a bunch of series of stones in Iceland that you can lift too. So, and in Scotland there's the Dinny stones, which those were counterweights. Donald Dinny, he would walk across with them every morning to lift the bridge up, and then every night to close the bridge.
Wow!
And I believe they're 500 pounds total, and he was just a regular man, just having a job to do.
So, I mean, these maybe not competitions, but the act of these tasks have been going on for centuries.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. I mean, it all started in the circus, right? And in Canada, our circus performer was Louis Cyr, which is where the Cyr dumbbell comes from, because we do one-arm presses with dumbbells. And right now, I believe the world record is 197 pounds for a single-arm press for a woman by Samantha Bellevaux in Moncton, New Brunswick. So there's lots of things. Like I have the Canadian National Stone record at 330-pound lift.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things.
Okay, Jackie, I want to get back to this guy here.
Yes.
Second place in the world last year. What was it like to reach that milestone?
That was crazy. So I wasn't expecting that at all. I was happy with 5th. And I believe I was sitting in 5th. So I was like, you know what? If it ends today, that's fine. But then the stone run came up, and I'm good at stones. So it started at, I believe, 56 inches and went down to 48. So it was descending, but ascending in weights. So the weights started at 200 and ended at 325. And there was 6 stones. And I am only one of 5 women to have finished that. And that projected me into 2nd place at the last event.
Your season has already started, this new season. What is your goal for this year?
My goal is to podium everything I sign up for. So this coming weekend is Western Canada's Strongest Woman. That will be my 3rd time competing and hopefully the 3rd time winning. So I hold the title for 2 times in a row now, hopefully a 3rd. And then Strongest Woman in Canada is October the 3rd. and it's been held by Sam Beliveau for 4 times now, and it's coming back west. Allison Lockhart had originally had it for a 3-time, and then she retired, and then Sam took it. So I'm going to bring it back home. I'm bringing it back west.
What does all of this mean for the sport here in not just Saskatoon, but Saskatchewan?
So Saskatchewan used to have a really big and bolstered scene, but then there was a little bit of division in the sport itself with people because everyone has their own agendas. Just like everything, politics, sports, it is what it is. So for me to go to Lemberg, just a small little town outside of Regina, and demonstrate that we have this ability if we put our minds to it. You know, I've been working at the sport for 9 years, and it's really cool to meet people who say, "Oh, I kind of look like you. Like I could do this too." And it's like, yeah, you could, but it takes years of dedication to get to where I am. Like you could do it for fun and not even compete a day in your life. Or you could just keep doing small shows just to have fun if you wanted. Or you could be competitive and go for the big shows. So like it's really scalable to everyone. And it's just a way to introduce something where the community has a bunch of different people with different personalities who come from different walks of life. It's a really cool community. So for me to bolster it again and to show that women can do these things. And yes, you might be a giant farm woman and like it is what it is and you can't change your shoulder width. That's kind of what my goal is for this, is just to demonstrate that, you know, us prairie girls, we have a lot to offer in strength. And that's, you know, being a kinesiologist, that's really important to me.
Well, Jackie, I really appreciated this conversation. It's been so
Absolutely.
fun this morning. I've learned so much, and good luck with the season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.